So morning day 5 starts at the new location. I got camp set up, caught some bait for walleye fishing, and then headed out for whitefish, which is one of my favorite things to do. Had some big hook sets and got some fish for the canner, and then I ended up my night catching some walleyes. Stay tuned. So I rolled into camp really late last night. Just slept in the truck, parked the boat, and that was about it. But I'm here, and it's beautiful as usual. And just unloading all my gear. Gonna get the boat launched. Made some breakfast. Actually you saw the sunrise this morning. It was quite nice. And then I'm gonna get out here and catch some whitefish today, I hope, and then maybe some walleyes this evening. Oh, my buddies, the ducks are here. Focus, there we go. Every year they come up. Always looking for handouts, these guys, but there's the lake. This is home. Check out this guy, looking for handouts too. All right, camp's all set. Time to go get the boat in the water and get fishing. The trail that goes up to the minnow lake. So there's a little lake, there's an esker here. You just hop up over the esker, there's a little lake, and there's no fish in it other than minnows, and it's full of minnows. So I'm gonna go up there and try and catch some for walleye bait tonight. So this is one of my favorite spots anywhere up here. It's a floating bog, floating marsh. So there's a lake over here, and then this is all floating. It's all moss and a few little trees. And one of my favorite things on this bog is these pitcher plants. They are pretty cool. They actually use bugs as part of their nutrients. They fill their pitchers fill up with water, and they catch bugs. There's one with, it's got a whole bunch of little bugs in it. So I guess they use these, I'm not an expert at it, but they use these bugs as nutrients. I actually saw a bunch of minnows in this little puddle, which is just off the lake. It must be connected somehow, but yeah, I think I'm going to set it right in this little puddle opening, and hopefully I can catch them right in there. So I rigged my trap up on a pole, and I can suspend it out over the middle of this thing. And hopefully we have some bait for tonight or tomorrow. Lots of other creatures in the bog too. Got lots of bait for walleyes tonight, so it's time to go hit the whitefish. So I like to fish these for whitefish outside of the weed, like in weedy bays, but outside from the weeds, so on the mucky bottom. You can see here all the weeds on the down imaging. So once they start to peter out, like there's seems to be the end of them there. We're kind of getting to the flat bottom there, yeah. If you look at the side imaging, you can see all the weeds here. And then clumps, but yeah, we're coming out of them now. So now it's a pretty flat bottom. So I'm gonna go to about 14, 15 feet probably here and set up shop. Yeah, the weeds are gone now, so as soon as it drops a little bit, I'm gonna set up. There's a log right there, but all the weeds seem to be gone. So I think I'm gonna set up right around here. We're in 13, we'll go a little farther yet. There's a weed clump up there still. It looks like these could be whitefish actually, these little white specks. So I'm gonna set up right here. Not a great start, but at least it's a bite. Most years we're out here in our winter coats and survival suits and freezing and everything. Today, shorts, flip-flops, beautiful weather. I don't know how that'll do for the fishing though. But we got one so far, just blew it at the boat, but hopefully we'll get some more in the boat. Since I can't catch any whitefish, I'm going to throw a spinnerbait and try and catch some pike. So I hooked one and lost it at the last spot, and then there was really no action after that. So I went in and tried one little bait for pike and didn't get any there. So I moved. So I'm at a new spot now. It's kind of a channel in between the mainland and an island basically, but there's a bay in behind me. I guess it's not an island, it's just a bay. But yeah, we'll give this a go for a bit. It's kind of past prime time for whitefish, but I'm gonna stick it out until later this evening when I can go walleye fishing. So hopefully we'll get a few here. Yes. Success. Oh, the jig just popped out of his mouth there. Come on. So that's whitefish. So finally got my first whitefish in the boat. Switching locations was a good idea, I guess. They just weren't on that. It's kind of a neck down area and kind of concentrates. If they funnel through here, it's not a very big area, so it kind of makes them a little easier to track down and make contact with. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. It didn't take 10 minutes to catch a fish, so hopefully we'll get some more. So you're probably asking yourself, why does he set the hook like that and reel like crazy every time he gets a bite? And the reason is there is so much line, like say there's 30, 40 feet between me and my float, and then there's another 13, 14 feet of line underneath the float, and these fish bite so light and so quick, and you have to be really fast to hook them. So once that float even wiggles a bit, I have to pick up all that line to get a hook into them. So that's why we use the big long rods, because these big long rods will actually pull up, like pick up a lot of that slack a lot faster than a short rod, and then I have to reel like crazy to get some tension on the rod just to hold them there, right? And once the hook's in them, then the soft rod will keep the hook in them, usually, unlike the couple that I did lose today. But anyways, that's why we use the long rods and reel like crazy and set the hook really fast, because they're really light biters, really quick biters, and you got to get those hooks into them. And the only way you can do that is get all the slack out of your line really fast. So that's why we use the long rods, the big hook sets, and cranking down real fast. But I don't think you could do this properly without a rod that's at least 10 feet long. This is a 13 and a half, a 15 foot would be even better, but to try and do this with a 7-footer or something, I don't think you could. Unless you're hanging it right over the edge of the boat where you can pick straight up on them, I don't think you could do it right. But that's why we have to set the hook like that and reel so fast, and that's why we use these big long rods, it's all about picking up the slack and getting the hook into them. So so much fun with these outfits too. It just really makes it a blast. So anyways, I'm doing a little better tonight. Dropped a couple, but I got 3 in the box, and the sun's going down. So it's just about time to go chase walleyes. Even though these are way more fun than walleyes, I still gotta go catch them. So we'll see how walleye fishing goes. I'll show you that eventually. So I'm coming up on my walleye spot. First spot I'm gonna try anyways. It's a little island. lots of rock and boulders coming up to it. I throw a really light jig head with a minnow, like a jig and minnow, and I just bounce it down the rocks, throw it up at the shore and bounce it back out to about 15, 16 feet of water. This time of night they're fairly shallow, so that's what I'm going to try, and the island's right up ahead. That's it there. I'm just going to go around the right side of it. There's a little better drop off on that side, so we'll see how it goes. That's very kind. So it was a pretty good evening. I caught some whitefish, got 3 and lost a couple, and then I came out whitefish or walleye fishing. I should have came walleye fishing earlier because they was on as soon as I got here, and it was over pretty quick. But I did manage a couple walleyes, one good one for the box and one great big one that I don't like him that big. I like the little guy, so I let him go. And I got to enjoy a beautiful sunset. And now I got to go clean fish, make supper, and get some sleep. So good first day in camp. Enjoy.